The SAG-AFTRA gears up for a possible strike against video game industry as board approves authorization vote by guild membership. I see a lot of people freaking out about this for the wrong reasons. Everyone's, concerned about, oh, is Marvel Spider-Man 2 getting delayed? Oh no, they're like freaking out. But this needs to happen because we need our voice actors and everyone to be protected, right, from all of the greedy companies and all of these predatory just tactics that have been plaguing everyone. Like, it's ridiculous that all of the big dogs at the top get to make super crazy amounts of money while the actual talent and the voice actors and everyone behind the scenes that does the motion capture, that does all the effects, all of the animations, they don't really get much. They get diddly squat, right? And I support this movement. I support SAG-AFTRA. I stand with everyone like for this strike because it needs to happen. Like the last one happened in 2016. It lasted it lasted 183 days. And the Guild's National Board has voted unanimously to send a strike authorization vote to members in preparation of its upcoming bargaining dates with 10 signatory video game companies. Voting for the strike authorization will begin on September 5th and end of September 25th. So I'm going to get into more details here that have been revealed. But first we're going to get into the actual, everything behind what's happening, and then we'll talk about the implications for Marvel Spider-Man 2, right? So here we go again, said SAG-AFTRA President Fran Drescher. Now our interactive video game agreement is a stalemate too. Once again, we're facing employer greed and disrespect. Once again, artificial intelligence is putting our members in jeopardy of reducing their opportunity to work. And once again, SAG-AFTRA is standing up to tyranny on behalf of its members. Yeah, AI needs to get out of here. I see a lot of people, using AI art and things like that. That's the bane of, like, it's just so wrong. Everyone puts in so much time and work for art, right? And then only for someone to type in like something and it just mishmashes a lot of other people's art to create quote unquote something new. Dude, you're not doing anything when you do that. You're not creating anything yourself. You're just stealing other people's art. And this voice like AI thing is terrifying. It really is. Like, I've seen a lot of people, a lot of voice actors, like voices get used. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen those meme streams where, you've got like SpongeBob characters interacting or Dragon Ball ones. That's stealing people's voices for that crap, man. It's not cool. And people are profiting off of that. It's like, imagine your voice was stolen for like a project like that or something and you had no input. No, man, I don't stand for that at all. So the overlap of these two SAG-AFTRA contracts, she said, is no coincidence, but rather a predictable issue impacting our industry as well as others all over the world. The disease of greed is spreading like wildfire, ready to burn workers out of their livelihoods and humans out of their usefulness. We at SAG-AFTRA say no. Not on our watch. I agree with that. The 10 companies facing a possible strike are Activision Productions, Blindlight LLC, Disney Character Voices Incorporated, Electronic Arts Productions Incorporated, Epic Games Incorporated, Formosa Interactive, Insomniac Games. Yes, Insomniac Games is also facing a possible strike. Take-Two Productions, VoiceWorks Productions, and Warner Brothers Games. Audrey Cooling, a spokesperson for the video game company, said, "We all want a fair contract that reflects the important contributions of SAG-AFTRA represented performers in an industry that delivers world-class entertainment to billions of players around the world. We're negotiating in good faith and hope to reach a mutually beneficial deal as soon as possible." We need this to work out for the actual, workers. We need to make sure that they get treated right. It's been nearly a year since SAG-AFTRA's video game contract. The interactive media agreement was extended beyond the original expiration date as we negotiated with the companies for critical terms SAG-AFTRA members need. The Guild said in a statement, "Unfortunately, throughout the negotiations, the companies have failed to address those needs. For this reason, the negotiating committee and national board unanimously agreed that the union should have a member-approved strike authorization in hand when bargaining resumes on September 26th. Other key issues like wages that keep up with inflation and protections against unrestrained use of artificial intelligence are common sticking points in negotiations. The interactive media video game agreement is a separate contract from the TV, theatrical, and streaming contracts against which SAG-AFTRA members are currently striking. So yeah, you do need a separate strike here for, the video game industry, which is fair. You know, you need to get the hell, you need to protect all of the voice actors from the use of artificial intelligence, and, you know, up their wages that keep up with inflation and then some, because this inflation is ridiculous, man. Like, we're getting cooked out here, and, you know, it's hard to live. So protect these people as well. And before I did continue, I did see this fundraising, the snack list support for striking workers. You could donate here. You know, so it'll pretty much, what will happen is this will just the funds being raised through the snack list are being used to deliver hot coffee, cold drinks, food, snacks, and other necessities to strikers in the Los Angeles area. If I do find any other places as well, and, like, you know, good places you can donate to support striking workers, I will leave it down below. But yeah, donate here if you can, because this keeps people going during the strike and keeps the strike up, so the voices and demands can be heard, and it's incredibly important to do that. You know, like it says here, we can't show the bosses and studios we're losing momentum. Like, they need to learn and get put into their place, because they can't just keep profiting off of everybody else, right? Like, you know, you gotta, if you want to make hella money, prepare to spend hella money on where it counts, which is the actual workers themselves and their rights. Okay, so yeah, let's continue on here. Work under the video game contract includes a great deal of performance capture, where trained professionals, many of whom are stunt performers, provide digitally captured performances used to give expressive movement to video game characters, the guild said. Unregulated use of AI poses an enormous threat to these artists' professions. Very true. AI needs to get the hell out of here. It can be useful, like in little tiny things or whatever, but at the same time, it's just not right, man. AI is just wrong, right? Like, especially when you use it for things like this. And yeah, no, actually, no. In addition to AI protections, SAG-AFTRA says it's seeking the same wage increases for video game performers as for those who work under the film and television contracts. 11% retroactive to expiration and 4% increases in the second and third years of the agreement, necessary for members' wages to keep up with inflation. Exactly. The union is also seeking for on-camera performers to have the same 5 minutes per hour rest period that off-camera performers are entitled to. Guild also wants a set medic present, present when stunts or hazardous work is performed, just like on film or television set. Prohibitions against stunts on self-taped auditions, and vocal stress protections. Exactly. Duncan Crabtree Ireland, the Guild's National Executive Director and Chief Negotiator, said that the voice and performance capture artists who bring video game characters to life deserve a contract that reflects the value they bring to the multi-billion-dollar gaming industry. I mean, you've seen what Yuri and Najee have done for Marvel Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Like, Insomniac, you know, that whole video game went insane. It made so much profit to Sony and Insomniac, and, you know, I think that the voice actors that worked deserve a cut of that pie, a pretty big cut of that pie, and every single voice actor that puts in that work that time, because if you've seen some of the greatest performances in video games, you know, that made you cry or made you emotional, you know, these people need to be they need to be, like, reimbursed for their hard work, their dedication, their time. Yes, they're in this industry because they enjoy it, right? Like, it's a passion, but at the same time, when you're passionate about something, you should still be paid adequately for it and not be, you know, left in the dust by these giant companies, right? Voice performance capture AI already among the most advanced users of AI. The threat is here and it is real. Without contractual protections, the employers are asking performers to unknowingly participate in the extinction of their artistry and livelihoods. Yeah, like, if you listen to a lot of AI, it just sounds so emotionless and crazy. I really don't want this. Like, we have to stand now. We have to stand with our fellow voice actors, with our fellow actual, like, you know, movie actors as well. Everybody needs to be protected from this AI thing, you know, and they need to be able to live. This is pretty much like what this is all about, right? The guild noted a successful strike authorization vote doesn't initiate a strike. Instead, the strike authorization permits the national board to declare a strike if the video game companies fail to negotiate fairly with SAG-AFTRA for the benefit of its members. The union is fighting for protective language in the contract that will require informed consent and appropriate payment for the creation and use of digital replicas and for training AI systems, not members' performance. So, what does this mean for Marvel Spider-Man 2? In all likelihood, what it means is Marvel Spider-Man 2 will still release. It's pretty much done. All the voice acting work and everything like that seems to have wrapped up a while ago. It's just being polished. It's pretty much like almost gone gold. Like I expect in the next few weeks we'll hear that it's gone gold and ready to go. However, for Marvel Spider-Man 2, if there are any DLCs or any post stories like there were in the first game, that will more than likely be delayed if this, if the demands of the SAG-AFTRA, like if it's not met, which, if that happens, so be it, and same thing with all the other big, like, companies as well, like, Epic Games. Oh no new Fortnite characters, who cares? These people need to get their, they need to get their wages and they need to be protected from AI. Same thing with Activision. Screw Activision. I don't like Activision at all. EA as well needs to be held accountable. Everybody here needs to be held accountable and needs to just follow the demands of SAG-AFTRA to protect everybody. This needs to go as smoothly as possible, hopefully. If not, you know where to donate to support the strike if it does happen. And yeah, so I think, like, for Marvel Spider-Man 2, we're good to go. So no need to be worried about that. I know on the thumbnail it's a possible delay. It is a possible delay, but I highly doubt it. It's like 99% chance it won't happen. But if it does happen, I'm not fussed. If it does happen, it's for the better, in the sense of, like, these voice actors need to be protected and have their rights when it comes to all this stuff. So yeah, let me know you guys' thoughts on this whole SAG-AFTRA possible strike and all of these delays that might be happening. Thanks so much for your support. Watch another video on the channel here. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Peace.